Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you are all doing fine at home. Stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. You are very precious to all of us. We are all eagerly waiting for you to come to the school. Now, when I tell this, I would also like to ask you something. You might be thinking, what is this teacher doing asking us questions on the first day? Am I right? Don't worry, it's a very easy question that I'm going to ask you. I would like to know, how do you travel to your school? Yes, I asked you that. How do you travel to your school? Wonderful. I can hear someone saying that I travel to school with my father. Very good. And what about you? Okay. How do you travel? Okay, you come to the school in the car with your father. Okay. And what about you? I recognize you. You are also traveling along with me in the bus. So you come in the bus. Am I right? Fine. So the mode of transport that we use to travel from one place to the other is the means of transport that we use also to travel. So, what is the help of these transports for us? What do? They help us to travel from one place to another. Am I right, children? They also help us to travel within short span of time. So we have buses, scooters, trains, aeroplanes, ships, cars, auto rickshaws, etc., which we use for our convenience to travel from one place to another. Am I right, children? So when you have to travel from one town to another town or from one district to another district, you use a train or a bus according to your convenience. Okay, so the buses, trains, cars, auto rickshaws, planes, ships, etc., used by people to travel fast and quickly according to the availability of time is called the different means of transport. People use them for their convenience. Also, some people are found to use carts driven by animals. Do you know its name? It is called Tonga. It might be a new name to you. It is called Tonga. Tonga is a horse-driven cart. Tonga is a horse-driven cart. Tonga. That's its spelling. It's new to all of you. Did you understand, children? So again, I would like to tell you, the buses, auto rickshaws, trains, aeroplanes, cars, scooters or bicycles, whichever vehicle you use to travel from one place to another to make your traveling more easier and to help you to reach on time, will come under different means of transport used by the people to travel. Is that clear to all of you? The chapter number 3, On the Move. This was the chapter that I was talking to you about. I had also asked you in the online classes about different means of transport used by you to reach the school. And many of you were very intelligent to answer to me properly. So, let us start with the chapter. I would request my children to keep their fingers on the textbook as we read. I would also be explaining you as we continue reading. Let us start reading the chapter and going deeper into the lesson. Okay, children? So please take out lesson number 3. I would like to inform you all that this is the first lesson in our EVS, because this year in this textbook EVS and English lessons are all mixed. Okay, so when we write in our notebook, we will write it as lesson number 1, On the Move. Don't worry about that part, I just informed you. Okay, we will be writing it properly. I will be sending you the video of that also, and you will come to know everything as to write, when to write and where to write. Okay, children? So let us start reading the chapter. Lesson number 3, On the Move. How do you travel to school? Every day. Some of you may be walking to school. because your school is near your home. Am I right, children? You will be taking some means of transport, or if your school is very near to your place, you will be coming with your parents, isn't it? And not only that, you will be walking along with them, isn't it? So this is what they are talking about it here. Some of you may be taking a rickshaw, a bus, a car, or a scooter because your school is far from home. But if your school is far from home, what will you do? You will be taking a rickshaw, a bus, a car, or a scooter. So this is what they are explaining you here also. Different people take different means of transport according to their convenience and availability of the transport. Okay? Now let's go for the third paragraph. There are many ways in which we travel from one place to another. Isn't it, children? There are many ways. Some of you may be taking a car, or some of you will be going in a two-wheeler, some of you will be going in a bus, or some of you might be going in a train. Also, some of you may use an aeroplane. It depends on the distance, it depends on your convenience, and it depends on the time available to you. Okay, so that is what they are telling you here. Bicycles, rickshaws, scooters, motorcycles, cars, buses, trains, aeroplanes, and ships are different means of transport used by us to travel from one place to another. So here they are telling bicycles. Makle, do you know how to ride a bicycle? Do you know it? I'm sure many of you might be riding a bicycle. Do you know bicycle is the cheapest means of transport, and also it saves our environment. No pollution at all. But we cannot travel on a bicycle for hours together, isn't it? So we use the other means of transport. But nowadays you might have seen a lot of people using bicycles. Especially they go to buy a bicycle which is also used for exercise, isn't it? Might be possible that some of you will be having it at your house also. So what I meant to say is, bicycle is the cheapest means of transport available. I just wanted to give you some information. And there is no pollution from bicycle. It is easy to maintain and easy to clean, isn't it? Okay, let's go further. Rickshaws, you all know auto rickshaws, scooters, motorcycles, cars, buses, trains, aeroplanes, and ships are different means of transport used by us to travel from one place to another. Now, what about animals? They are also used for different means of transport. Let us see about them. Animals are also used to carry goods and people. Bullocks, camels, and horses are used to, please turn the page, children. Let me again read it for you. Animals are also used to carry goods and people. Bullocks, camels, and horses are used to pull carts. This was what I was asking you about the other day. And some of you told me that it is a tonga. I was really very happy. You have come across this tonga. If you go to places like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and all, you will easily see a tonga. Especially in the place called Palani, you have a lot of horse-driven carts. In some films also, you might have seen people using these tongas. So let us see what it is. A horse-driven cart is called a tonga. Spelling of tonga is T-O-N-G-A. If it is new to you, I would like to explain you that it is a horse-driven cart. So what is a horse-driven cart, my dear children? It is called as tonga. A horse-driven cart is called as tonga. Okay? Tonga actually is a very common transport used in many places in South India, North India also. Okay children, so what is a horse-driven cart called as? A horse-driven cart is called a tonga. You can see here 3 different types of carts. My book is a little folded this side so as to enable you to see what I am reading. So let us go into it. This is a horse-driven cart. It is called as tonga. You all might be knowing camel is also called as ship of the desert, and camel cart is very common over those places where there are deserts. Now here you can see a bullock cart. All of you might be familiar with bullock cart, isn't it? I hope at least some of you might have seen one, at least in films. Or you might have also been traveling in one of them when you had gone to some tourist place, or you might have gone to your native place in Tamil Nadu. Some places in Kerala also have bullock carts. So I'm sure some of you might have seen such type of carts. Camel carts are very common in places like Gujarat and Rajasthan. Okay. The kind of transport we use depends on how far and how fast we want to travel. When we travel to another town or city, we go by bus or train. Isn't it, children? So if you want to go to another town or city, you can use a bus or a train also. Train is very comfortable, isn't it? You can go with your friends and family in the train. It's very enjoyable journey that you have in a train. You can have fun, you can play, and you can enjoy in the train with your family. And it is very comfortable to travel also. Also in a bus, you can travel in a bus if you feel that going in a car is too much for you. That is, I meant to say that it will take a long time, and maybe your father or mother, whoever is driving the car, have to go on straining their eyes. Then you can very well go for a bus, isn't it? So you can go by a bus or a train. I would also like to tell you here that some people love driving, and they love to take cars to different places. They love to travel with their family, have enjoyable time with the family. So I beg to differ here. We travel to another town or city. Some people also use cars. So you can even think about it. Ma'am, won't we use a car? You might have a doubt. That's why I told you so. Okay. Now, when we want to travel to another country or want to reach somewhere quickly, we go on an aeroplane. Yes, children. Aeroplanes are used when we want to travel from one country to another, isn't it? Then what happens? We can reach there very fast. You might be thinking, ma'am, we can also use a ship. Yes, we can use a ship, but ship will take more time when compared to an aeroplane, whereas aeroplane helps us to reach a place very quickly. Okay. Now let's go further. People travel on the river by a boat. Now people, or my dear children, for you to understand a boat is very easy. Am I right? Because we are staying in Calicut. And Calicut, I am sure, pretty sure that many of you might have seen a boat. Isn't it? When we go to Bepur to enjoy the sea and to have fun over the beach, we can see small little jangars carrying people from one side to another side. Also, when we are traveling to Ernakulam, or when we are traveling to Kochi, there are usually ferry services available which takes you from Ernakulam to Kochi. I hope some of you might have at least taken that travel, isn't it? So that's how we travel in a boat. If you have gone to Goa, children, there also ferry service is available, which enables people to travel from one place to another. Next time when you go to Goa, do remember to take a ferry service. Okay, now let's continue our class. Sometimes people sail to another country on a ship. That was what I was telling you. You can also use a ship to travel, but when compared to aeroplane, ship takes more time. Now, what does ship sail on? On which surface? Ships sail on the sea. What does it sail on? It sails on the sea. There is a cute little boat here and a big little ship here. Children, when you see ship, if you have seen the film Titanic, you can easily identify the difference between a ship and a boat. A ship is very big. Titanic was a cruise ship. Cruise ship, when I say, a luxurious ship. It had all the luxuries that you will find in a luxurious place. So it was a luxurious ship which was very big at least. And those days they all thought that that ship will be sailing very smoothly for a number of years. But it's very sad that it was hit by an iceberg and many people lost their lives. I am just telling you some information. Next time you see the film Titanic, you will remember how big the ship is. If you have gone to Kochi shipyard and all, you might see a lot of ships over there. Do try it, okay? Do try to go to Kochi and see those ships once the COVID gets over and we all come back to our normal life. You will enjoy it, children. Okay. Vehicles that use petrol or diesel make the air impure. That was what I was telling you. Bicycles are the cheapest means of transport and it does not pollute our air. Whereas vehicles that use petrol or diesel make the air impure. See children, as the future citizens of our country, it is your responsibility to keep our air clean, environment clean, isn't it? So for that, what all methods you can use, you should be using. When you are traveling to small distances like going to your friend's place who is just staying a 5 minutes walk from yours, you can use a cycle or you can go with your parents by walk, isn't it? So that can be done. Do think about it because you are all the wonderful people who are going to be future citizens of our country. To keep the air clean, we must use public transport whenever possible. That is the very good message that we get from this chapter. Every chapter gives us some message and the message given here is about using of public transport. When we use public transport, what happens? The air is less impure. So they are giving us a suggestion that we should be using more and more public transport. Okay children, did you understand what the teacher was teaching you about? Let me help you to revise a little bit. Okay, here we have the exercises. We will be doing the exercises in our next class. I'll have a video for you where we will be doing it for all of you. Don't worry. But before ending my class, I would like to help you to recapitulate what we learnt. So we learnt in this chapter that there are different means of transport used by the public. The public uses different means of transport according to their need and convenience, isn't it? Now, bicycle is the cheapest means of transport. That's an information given by me. You will not find it in the textbook. No issues, no problem at all. Now, we also use transports like bus, trains, aeroplanes, auto rickshaws, cars, scooters, etc. to travel from one place to another. A horse-driven cart is called a tonga. Now, which mean of transport is to be used by you depends on how far is the place and also depends on how fast you want to go to that place. Okay, when we want to travel from one country to another, we will be going on an aeroplane. Fine. Now, people also travel on the river by a boat. We have seen a boat and a ship here in our textbook. Children, I would also like to end this lesson by asking you all to help keep the environment clean. And for that, one more thing can be done. Okay, you can plant trees. Okay, you can plant trees on all the beautiful days that you are enjoying. For example, it's your birthday, plant one tree near your house. It's your mama's and papa's anniversary, marriage anniversary, you can plant another tree. You can take care of that plant, you can give a name, you can enjoy with it, water it, properly take care of the tree, and just enjoy the growth of the tree. In that way, you will be helping this environment. Children, nature has given us a lot. Let us give at least something from our side also. Okay? So I hope my children understood. Whenever you celebrate your birthday or your mother's birthday, your father's birthday or anniversary of your parents or your grandparents, please remember this small little thing I have told you. Plant a tree and enjoy it. You will be happy because by the time you grow up, the tree will grow up along with you as your friend, and finally it will be such a beautiful environment around you. You will enjoy the beautiful breeze and the air. So please do this, children. It's a humble request from me. Okay? Take care, children. Bye-bye. Meet you later for the exercises. And don't worry about the notes. Everything you will be getting it. Okay? Take care. Stay home, children. God bless you all. Bye-bye. For now. Meet you in the next class.